that we wanted to take down and would have had to pay to take down. And
Yeah. I got a couple I'm shoving every couple days. Come on.
So do you have your hand up?
Yeah. Oh, my 17-year-old cat passed away.
I'm sorry.
That's really devastating.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. That's a lot of life to be with. Yeah.
I feel like our animals should just like outlive us.
Yeah, I
Like, or like we are then united in one soul and we just leave it.
It's the one with kids too, because they're like, what do you mean they're gonna die? Like, yeah, they don't live that way.
David, you had your hand up?
Yeah, I love you connecting me to Mr. Chicken from Worcester.
You're welcome.
Runs my roosters and fighter in my house. I didn't realize how loud it was
Yeah.
until they were gone. My neighbor sure away things.
Super.
Chickens, Mr. Russo.
So if anyone has any roosters that they do not want, I have a guy.
I don't know.
No.
He transports them to Long
They eat them.
Farm forever, amen.
Long Island loves roosters. That's exactly where they should go.
You've never been to the rooster up there? We'll talk later. Anyone else? Something good? Something you want to share? Something with real estate?
A very convoluted story. It's going to be hard to follow.
Okay, so sit down for it.
Just take no, it's not a riddle. Breaking it out of
Yeah.
I listed a house. So I have a listed house. A buyer who I have been quasi working calls me every couple of years and wants to buy something. Call me again, wants to look at it. Unrepresented by his, he preferred to be unrepresented. Came up and looked at it, brought the whole family. They liked it. Said, well, we're going to talk about it on the way home. In the meantime, I got a call from someone else in the general neighborhood who was thinking of listing their home, wanted me to come and take a look. I've had a very rocky relationship with this person over water issues for 20 years, so I was sort of surprised that he called. So, buyer calls, or I called the buyer and said, so what do you think? Well, it's not really for us. It's a little small. We did look at something else while we were up there. I can't tell you who it is or what it is, but we really like it. We want you to be involved somehow. They may call you. So I had already made an appointment with this other person. Went this morning to go look at it. And it's very interesting. He wants a price. In the meantime, a third party called and said, Jim, I think you're going to be in the middle of something. And I'm just letting you know that we really want buyer A to buy unlisted property. And if you're going to do a CMA, here's what we think it's worth. So how do I straighten all this out?
Refer to a cold one region.
I mean, that's part, it's, you know, I just walk away with it from all of it and just say, look, I don't like the sort of deceitful things or the non-disclosure things that you've done here. But
I think that if I was going to pursue it and deal with it, that's exactly where I would start is listen, if you all want me involved, this is how I operate. And I want everyone to be on the same page and whoever if you're actually representing someone, then making sure that you're you are in the capacity that you should be. And if that scares them off, then it wasn't meant to be, but it's probably it's a blessing, most likely. But I would just be exactly who you are in every other part of your business. And I lost the A to B.
Who's your agency?
I was like, wait, who's
I
A?
don't have
No,
one.
I need it on a whiteboard.
I don't have one because it's unrepresented for the potential buyer. I have a listing relationship with the original property that they came up to look at
There's no listings and no agency, right?
for these two people.
Right.
Correct.
The other thing that I would add is that, you need to be compensated. I tell everybody, I need to be compensated. And it's unclear to me at this point what everybody expects of me and who I'm representing. And so we need to sit down and make sure everybody is on the same page.
It sounds like they're intentionally trying to not be on the same page.
That's exactly what I
Right.
thought.
Well, and avoid paying Jim.
Right.
Yeah, I would just, there's like a $20 million property, like, I would just walk.
There are $500,000 properties.
Yeah,
And it also like someone on your refer one of them to someone on your team. Like,
I believe that the buyer will sign a buyer contract with you and agree to pay a commission on a property that he finds and or that we find for him. Now he wants, as far as I know, he would like to put an offer in on this one that I just looked at this morning, which it's not even on the market.
One-time showing agreement.
And well, the seller of that property said, if I don't sell it this year, I sell it next year. And he just is, I think shady is the word.
if you want to put a compensation agreement with the buyer and your agency relationship is to them, then I think that's it. And everything else is just background noise. And that's your person.
Right.
Yeah, and it doesn't matter whether the property is listed or not, or seeking the property.
I would disclose to the buyer though, what you know about other stuff. If you don't.
Oh, yeah, sure. And this third party that called and said, I know
Who was it?
it's a friend of both of them.
They said who they were. It wasn't just.
Oh, yeah. No, he's
very quiet, breathing phone call at first.
He's an attorney down in New York City.
Okay.
He's a really good fisherman. I've fished with him. He's a friend.
Okay.
So, but he said, I want to make sure you're not cut out of this deal.
That's a good story.
So, yeah. So anyway, it was an interesting.
That's a pickle
Yeah.
for sure. It is. Anyone else?
Michelle had her hand up.
Ooh, Michelle, what do you have?
Oh, no, I hit the ball.
Okay. She's over there juggling cute babies.
Yeah.
That's what she's doing.
Yeah.
Got another buyer for Jim's offline.
I have something absolutely amazing. So a couple weeks ago, we had some tree service people at our house, and they found part of our septic system with their truck. So that's been an interesting series of events, and today all of the fixing should be completed. So I am super grateful for septic systems. You don't realize how much you love your septic system until it's not working, and then you're like, you know what? I really enjoy modern plumbing. So I'm super excited to go home, and I'm just gonna turn everything on like we're doing an inspection and just let it flow. Yeah, really just feeling it. So we've got birthdays. Jean's here. Jean, are you the only one here?
Only one.
Erin, Jen, Jean, Ashley, Hazen, Karen, and Peter. Jean, do you want to pick someone to go against you for the pin the mustache on Gary?
I can pick someone to get.
Yeah.
Okay, so what do we?
So like pin the tail on the donkey, we got
Okay.
pin the mustache on Gary.
Okay.
We can just have you do it and you'll get the birthday basket, or we can see who we get close and you still get the birthday basket. But you just make it a competition.
We're interested.
Just to make it a competition.
Okay. Would anybody like to volunteer for that?
She's so nice.
I'm like rather than. Okay,
Nope, just go ahead and pick.
Joe.
Oh, well, I was hoping and I was trying not to suggest it, so I just manifested that.
Okay.
All right, so Gary front and center. So do you want to go first?
We'll do it in wait.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're doing good. Just spin and then follow my voice to your left. No, follow my voice to the left. Just
I'll go straight.
straight on. Nope,
Oh, no.
you're,
You were right.
yeah, I'm struggling with on the wrong way.
Yeah.
It's a 50-50 split, you know?
Forehead, mustache.
A little toupee.
All right, you've got this, Jean. You didn't get it right on. You're good. Walk straight forward, a little to your left. A little to your left, and then you're in front of the board.
You know those games?
You are right on and you move the tiniest bit at the end.
Okay.
You know. For you, little margarita basket. Perfect for the weather cabin. Usually could be mocktails or cocktails, so it's for everybody.
That's great.
Happy birthday to everyone. Next, we have KW Cares, $315. So all the names. Rebecca, Megan, Stacy, Kathy, Anthony, Eamon, Evelyn, Stefan, Jacqueline, Tyler. I feel like I'm singing a song.
You were, it sounded like it.
Tyler, Beth, Jen, me, Aizen. Oh, Jess is on there twice. Jess, you must have given twice. Josh, Rich, Jacqueline, and Cindy.
Well, Jess gave some, Jessica gave more.
Yeah, Jess and Jessica. For KW Locals, $170. Stacy, Steph, and Beth, Jess, Josh, Rich, and Jim. Thank you. All amazing. Monthly recognition. We've got an exciting one first because we have a welcome and then we also have PC Pick of the Month all in one slot, which is incredible. Joy, do you want to talk about why Kirsty's PC Pick of the Month?
Yeah, I will. I think it's just a given. You guys, you don't know Kirsty, but she's like just jumped into everything. And she's always on the call with me. And if she has a question, she asks. And she's taken buyers on already. She's written contracts. I mean, she's just
A lot of contract.
but she's all of the things, yes. She wrote a release. But no, she's just willing and jumped in and is doing so right. So all of those things already is huge. So
Absolutely.
Get your first breakup out of the way.
Yeah, I did. She's doing it while owning a business, having children, selling a house, buying a house, moving a house, starting a bar,
closing her house, like
busy.
yeah.
You're incredible. And I think this is the first time we've ever had like the welcome and PC Pick of the Month all on one slide, which is, I feel like amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
Knock it out in one slide.
So you're awesome, Kirsty, and we're super happy to have you on. Profit share paid in April was $4,350. So if you were a sponsoring agent and brought someone to Keller Williams, you may or may not have got, well, if you did, then you did get a little bump in your bank account. If you have not, the way to get those checks on the 21st is to invite someone into real estate, talk to a co-broke, anything like that will get you on the list to get paid on the 21st of every month, if the market center is profitable, a portion of that gets paid back to agents. And thank you for helping us grow. This month, we have $221 getting paid out last Tuesday. So you should have already seen that. And our year to date is $21,614. So let's look at the MLS stats. We've got total for April, we had 936 sold units. 261 of those were sold by us, which is 27.42% of the market. So we are consistently hanging out in that above 25%, which is super impressive across, like, there are not many places that one office holds that portion of the market share. So that's super incredible. Total volume was 203 million, and we did 55 of that. Our average days on the market are a little less than the rest. And our sales price is a little bit less than everyone else, or the market, or the board as a whole. Any thoughts on this? Any questions? Any thoughts?
Anything much different than last month?
So let's look. So this is the 4-month running. Oh, I have March here twice. This is May. Just so everyone knows. April. That's what it's supposed to be. So I mean, nope.
Almost.
Oh,
Well-
March, April. Oh, yeah. No,
We know our months. We know what we're doing.
Part of my dyslexia, I didn't know the months for 2 years after I graduated.
So now we're making him nervous because he knows we're all watching it.
Oh, no, that's exactly what happened.
So, there is a little bit of a difference. Our closed volume, was down about 5 million. But our, listing units were doubled in April, which should look good for May's numbers. Go ahead.
Well, so I
It's
think.
like, stop talking.
No. It's like what we're seeing here, the reason the listing units are so high and commission is down was because of how brutal the end of the winter was. Like, things in February were just slower. People who are normally getting ready to list at the end of February, beginning of March, when we had that like extra 2 weeks of negative weather, it just kind of slowed it down. Less things were written, again, because of the winter, and then come April, end of March, beginning of April, when the weather started to break, all those listings started coming, written started coming back. Our numbers for May are already way better than they were last month. So really all this is just kind of a little bit of for the first time in, I think, a good amount of years, us experiencing some proper seasonality in the business, and it just so happened to coincide with an exceptionally long, tough winter. So,
And I think the average sales price, I mean, being down 35,000 times 60, right? Like
we're
there's
already back up to like 220
So this
for
is,
May.
these numbers are behind last year's numbers though, or is that too hard to compare year to year?
And year over year, if you'd like. These are just straight
Yeah.
month
month to month.
So
And what I would assume, and I don't know, I didn't reference it from last year, but I would assume that we are just like trucked back a little bit. Like this would normally be back in here. And then we'd have our summer months, but we just had January and February were great for us, where we normally see our dip there. So seasonality, maybe like what's going on in the world. There's so many different things that impact what happens in our industry that it conglomeration of things. Anyone else?
So where do we all see the market is right now as far as pricing? Are things going, it said that, somewhere that we were going under contract quite quickly. I
70 days on average was our contractor close days on market.
was that current?
That was for April.
How is everybody else seeing things?
Yeah, things are taking longer. these buyers are kicking tires, they're more difficult, they're a pain in the ass. That
They have more to choose from, so they're just.
there's more in the market.
Buyers.
And everybody's getting edgy. You have like major layoffs in various, I mean, there's been 100 in the tech, tech divisions. They've had something like 130,000 people have been laid off. And gas for us, second home markets, gasoline prices are outrageous. And, when you have to pay $4.50, $4.60 for a gallon of gas, people aren't coming up as much as they used to.
Yep.
And what else? And the price of everything has the inflation, has been food, energy, gasoline, housing, everything has been crazy. I mean, I think we're going to be seeing a drop in these prices. And we have to make our sellers understand that it ain't the party that was being thrown a year ago. Even.
Yeah.
Do you think higher prices sitting hot longer? Right? Or do you think affordable at 200 and those are getting?
To Jane's point, especially in the secondary market, it's we have a lot of sellers that are still living in pricing from a year and a half, 2 years ago. And that's why we have 35% more inventory or whatever. The single family 250 to 350, that's still flying in a day. But
That's a sweet.
we'll see that dip in the secondary market. But the seller, they'll catch up eventually, and then, prices will come.
Primary markets where people live and work and buy a house. Do that, interest rates being as high as they are right
They're
now.
the highest they've been, and they average is at 6.7%.
For a long time too. They've been holding there for a while.
So might be worth having so kind of jumping ahead, but we're doing agent huddles on Monday now. They're on the calendar. We'll have topics and things like that. But one of the topics I think would be really good is to have pricing conversations of what it looks like and they're different, right? For lower price point homes and higher price points, you're talking to two entirely different people. So to be able to have both of those conversations fluidly, the only way to do that is to practice it, right? So we could have one of those agent huddles is just conversations around pricing reductions and pricing accurately to the market. I think it would be helpful. Did you have some great epiphany back there?
It was profane, so I'm not going to repeat it.
It's swearing.
No,
I didn't swear, I did.
Okay.
that conversation is the conversation.
It's
That's the whole point of a market prices. There's a price where something will trade in any market.
Mhm.
Even now, as prices could come down 20%, and they're still going to be up 60% from where they were before. So it's not going to be like it was last time around because there's so much more equity that people have now. But there's not going to be any less transactions. It's just the people who know how to have these conversations with their buyers and mostly sellers right now are going to be the ones to transact. The whole point of a market is to give you a market price. So if you're priced appropriately, which again, there's still plenty of room for people to come down and still be in a very comfortable place. I think it's more mental. It's way worse if it's mathematically hard for them to sell. But if it's just a mental block, at least there's a way through it.
Mm-hmm. And the way to think about it is if you don't have that conversation up front, you're going to have a much nastier conversation down the road when we're 3 months into a listing and you haven't had showings and no one wants no purchase offer. So having that upfront professional conversation, because that's what you're there for. If you have that one and get it sold quickly, you don't have to worry about the nasty one at the end. But if you just do whatever.
I still see the seller saying, well, let's price so we can negotiate 30, 40. No, why are we negotiating 30 or 40,000? I'm like, I'll list it where you want, but you're going to sit on it. And then people are going to be like, what's wrong? What's wrong? What's wrong?
Yeah. So we do a lot. I do a lot of putting them we put them in the future with us, where we're like, oh, I just don't want to be in the future where you're going to come to me and be like, what happened?
Right.
And realistically, we didn't agree on a price, and then even 6 months from now, I'm still the bad guy if it doesn't sell, and I don't want to be in a position for either of us with that. And it's because usually that will be the case. If they're not going to drop, they're still going to be angry or think that something should have happened because
Right. Oh yeah.
But unfortunately, even though we're willing to do like list things for a little bit more, when you do that, you are kind of saying, okay, maybe there's a chance. So you're at least kind of like being like, yeah, unless you tell them a lot, like it's really not what I'm looking to do. I don't believe if we can drop in the next 2 months and put together a schedule of how we're gonna drop it, like.
We also tell people too, like, you're better, no one says you have to negotiate. Like,
Exactly.
you're much better off coming to market with a more reasonable price. And then just dig your heels up a little, and no one says you have to negotiate this 20% that you have in your head. Like,
Yeah.
take it off the front end and be more appropriately priced and just don't
Yeah.
negotiate as much. At the end of the day, they're still probably gonna negotiate.
Right,
You know,
exactly.
So, we will definitely have the next, agent huddle on Mondays. We'll definitely be surrounding this because I think we could go on and on. But I'm sure you're super hungry and you want to eat yummy salad. So
That's what I like. I would rather disappoint you now than let you down in a few months.
absolutely. And it like that makes them feel their pain point now because then they're thinking like, okay, well, I'm disappointed. Yeah. So what does that feel like?
and steal that. Thank you.
Right in it too.
You sent me an email.
Yeah. Can you
Please send me.
text message?
That's all. So we can see.
So, and does anyone else have anything they want to mention about this before we move on to rankings and what April looked like? Oh. We've got our $1 Million Club again. Linda Flynn at 1.3, Kevin right behind at 1.2. Absolutely amazing. I think we're on like 7 months in a row, maybe more, of $1 Million Club. We're doing all the things. April rankings. You've got Dara, Megan, Josh, Tyler, Evelyn, and Eamon. Yeah. Eamon looks puzzled. He's like, how am I on there?
You did? Hey, apparently.
And then top agents on teams, we have Linda, Stacy, Jean, and Rebecca, all powerhouse ladies. Yay. And then top agents in groups, we've got Kevin, Hazen, Susan, Rich, and Peter. And then we have some April cappers. Rebecca, Linda, Joe, and Jess. And that's Rebecca's first time on the capper wall. I think it's Jess and Joe's the same too. New kappas. Fresh cappers. For ODBR, we've got a little chunk in there. Linda's at number 2, Kevin 3, Stacy 6, Susan 7, Dave 10, Hazen 14, Evelyn 22, and Josh at 23. And then we had some PC graduates. Tyler and Megan closed 7 deals in PC. Did their thing. Red Day was such a fun time this year. I feel like it was so laid back, but we made such a huge impact. Like we were in there and I think like left them in a whirlwind. We just like came in and we're like, let us do all of your things.
They didn't know what to do with that much help.
Yeah,
Like,
they were like,
there's like-
oh my gosh. It was incredible. Incredible cause, great people, and it's super exciting for them to have a new facility to have these programs. It's I noticed then now after we were there, I walked into my school, not my school, the kids' school. And I had never noticed before they had all the backpacks on the wall and they were all numbered. And I had asked and I was like, hey, what are these backpacks for? And they were like, oh, there was long weekends and things like that. The backpacks go out to the kids and there's milk vouchers and bread. And I was like, oh my goodness. Like I never had noticed and I don't think I would have if I hadn't been there. So absolutely amazing that we have people like this who just do things so selflessly to help people. So and we're on the lookout for what we're doing next Red Day. So if you hear of anything, I mean, even if it's not on Red Day, if you hear of any of these organizations that need help throughout the year, it doesn't have to be on Red Day. let us know. I'm sure we could put together a group of agents to help, even if it's just a couple of hands. Obviously can make a huge impact. Because it was just the two of those ladies that have been doing all that, right?
And the stereo team doing stuff in Hancock?
Yes, they, Jim, do you want to speak to it, or may I saw pictures and posts of all the things.
It was just a mishmash of different things to help beautify the downtown area. We worked and weeded in the town square, and moved a huge pile of building materials, over in the dog park. Washed a couple windows, just a bunch of different little projects.
And you invited the community to come help you, right? And
Had 4 or 5 people show up, and we just had our team meeting yesterday, and we decided that we're gonna have another mini red day in August or September, and invite the public again, because it really helped.
Really good.
Brought things that can brought people together in
Yeah.
town.
and it's, I think that, I love that you had put out the post, like anybody who wants to join us, call me, like that. I think that is what where it is all about, right? It's all about community.
We
And
teamed up with Rotary, they chipped in the past, and the Boy Scouts chipped in 2 years ago and had, so it's been it's been rewarding, both just psychologically helping everybody, but also I think it really has shown that we're committed to the community, and I think it's helped in that regard.
And it's like a little bit of like a snowball effect, right? Like when I feel like when people see you doing good and keeping clean, it makes them think of like, what can I do? Okay, maybe I shouldn't throw my steward's cup out the window, whatever. Maybe it'll make people think twice. So love Red Day. We should do it all the time.
Also, the Cooperstown office brought a big spread to the whole emergency room there in Cooperstown.
Right.
That's very good.
Yeah. They teamed up with Matt and Chris with Stagecoach
Mhm.
Coffee.
And a nice little spread.
We actually, the smoothie bar, for Nurses Week, we brought like 30 free smoothies over to the nurses at, the OSS, like Specialty Services, and it was tough because there's like so many different places in town, like, oh, bring us smoothies. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is like a lot. There's more nurses than I thought in this town. So we brought them free smoothies. It was really nice to like Nurse Week, and so that's cool too. Like we get like different things like that besides just Red Day, like different like things that we could do, or like if the firefighters have an appreciation week or something, that we could try to figure out a way to. And I know like superheroes, and Rip Jeans, the animal shelter, they like always need extra hands and help and stuff.
Yeah, anything that if any of you have anything that you're feeling passionate about and you're like, I want to help in some way, let us know. As many people as we can get there, we will. I will absolutely help. I'll volunteer right now. So whatever. Yeah.
Might have to, I guess.
It feels so good to, bless you. It feels like even like all the things that we've done since I've been with Keller, everything that we've done, it like there is such a sense of pride that like it feels like I had no idea I had no idea that we had a homeless shelter in Oneonta prior to when we went there. It's just so eye-opening to a lot of the times we're helping people that are either less fortunate or helping those who are less fortunate, or going out and doing the office of the agent, like they're just like that is what we should all be doing, right? All the time. So whatever we can do, I can tangent
Fourth
Red Day.
Thursday in August, we're helping with every month the Catholic Church has a community free dinner, and so we are going to be the servers at that. And anybody else who would like to come down and join us is more than welcome.
Is there a cap on how many people can
I
come?
don't think so. You know,
Okay.
that the last three, tomorrow is the next one. And they served 120 people,
Mhm.
for the dinner. So
And you make and serve or just serve?
we help make and serve them
So would you say
and clean up.
third or the fourth?
I'll have to check. I can't remember which one it is.
No, and I'll put it.
See, I guess it must be the fourth because tomorrow is the next one.
Awesome.
Between.
Upcoming events, we have, next week, we have the summit. We still have a few tickets if anyone would like to join us. It's a great experience. They usually have, and I don't know if they're going to have the exact same format as they did last year. I'm assuming very similar. They have agent panels, and the agents usually have a topic. A couple of the agents from all around our area, our region, discuss the topic, talk about what's working for them in their business, things they've done to grow their business. And it's amazing to see the things that people have built locally, right? Like sometimes I feel like we hear things that happen on TikTok and Facebook, and it's like, oh yeah, like that's great for them. I'm sure they're in some ridiculous area, but these people are right where we are. They're in our region. So to see what they've done and accomplished is amazing. And it's a great networking event. The room's usually pretty full. And they have a couple pretty great keynote speakers. Jeff is a powerhouse. He closes a ridiculous amount of business. And Olga, I've watched a couple of her presentations. And she comes in and is just all heart. She's amazing mindset. Her book, I haven't read it, but if it's anything the way that she speaks, I'm sure it's incredible. So if anyone wants to come, just let Katrina or myself know, and we have a ticket for you. And if you want a carpool, we can also arrange that. The Atasaga event, 4 hours of CE. Cost is $60, includes lunch. If you have the education card, it's half price. It's always a great day, right on the lake.
It's still beautiful.
Yeah. Their speakers are usually pretty good.
Good networking too.
Yeah, all the agents in our board.
You can go through the little like vendor section. It's fine.
Yep, all the banks are usually there. It's a good time, and it's nice to see people that, maybe we don't see in person all the time, especially with, not everyone going to closing. We sometimes work with people we've never met before. This is a great opportunity because most of the agents in our board go here. So if you'd like to register, you can call the board office. Great. Calendar, couple things tomorrow. Joyce got PC. We have the OP Mastermind and Lone Wolf training. So there's a few people here have been to Lone Wolf, yeah, the Lone Wolf trainings that we've done on Fridays. Yeah, if you can, we keep learning new things, right? So this is new to us as well. We're kind of learning it with you. So every week I feel like we find something new, and it's a fairly user-friendly platform, I feel. A lot of the little time savers are great. There's drop downs and that for brokerage that you're working in, so there's a drop down, so you don't have to keep typing everything out. Once you put it in once, it's in there and you can drop down and save it. You can create templates. There's so many different things that DocuSign did, but not to the extent that Lone Wolf can. So if you can make those, definitely try to make it a priority, especially being that in July, so we still have a whole solid month, but in July, DocuSign will be going away. So you will be using Transact in Lone Wolf as you're signing from there. So we've got 7 Fridays left. So make one of those. If you can't make it and you want to schedule some time to go over it one-on-one, we can definitely make that happen. So just let us know, but definitely try and get to at least one of the trainings.
Why is DocuSign?
So it is a decision that Keller Williams made, and they are trying to integrate things a little differently. So DocuSign was an outside source that they were using. Lone Wolf is a separate, but it complements, I guess, or connects better than DocuSign does. So KW has decided that Lone Wolf is the future Authenticsign for us, and
It's called Local.
it's called Lone Wolf.
What was the other thing?
Well, Transact is, it's all the same, and
It's like rooms.
yeah,
Transact.
Transact is like rooms, like, there's just different terms that are gonna be used, so that's another thing coming to these, is you'll understand, like, when you hear us write an email and say, hey, go into Transact, or however, or the Authenticsign is this, whatever we're talking about, you'll know the lingo is just a tiny bit different.
Will be embedded similarly in opportunities and.
Yep. Yeah, it
almost
functions
entirely the same.
exactly
A little bit better there.
Yeah.
There's, just a learning curve.
It's just the functionality of like completing the document that's a bit better. And I think that the platform is a bit more user friendly. There's more like customization that you can do in Lone Wolf than you could do in DocuSign. And the memory of it is much better. So I'm a fan. I know change is uncomfortable and we don't really love it. But I mean, we all, didn't really love it when we moved from Dotloop, and then we all are fine with DocuSign now. So in a couple of years, we're all going to be just fine with Lone, or a couple months, couple of weeks, we're all going to love
It's at
Lone
this
Wolf.
point where like most of the vernacular between them, it's all the same. You're not gonna look at Lone Wolf or Authenticign, whatever, and then be like, I don't know what it is.
No, yeah, the function is the same.
Yeah,
It's
just,
super user friendly.
And the command side of it is exactly the same. It doesn't change at all.
It's embedded in.
Yeah, and the way that it connects into command is exactly the same. So instead of like connecting your app, which is what DocuSign is in command, you're just connecting a different app and it functions exactly the same within command, same drag style. Yeah. Next month, we've got, you'll see the agent huddles on the 1st and 15th. They'll be at 1 p.m. and they're just Zooms. We've got a lot of the same phone classes that we usually do. We're doing forms and contracts on the 3rd. If there's a form or contract, we've kind of went through all buyer documents. If anyone wants to suggest a specific document, I'd be more than happy to go over it. Summit's on the 4th. Yeah, so office is going to be closed on the 19th. Eamon's got his land and learn on the 16th.
in class or in the field this June.
Well, this past month ended up being in the class, so I think this next one will be definitely filled.
Not to mind.
Going on a field trip with Eamon. I think that is so valuable because we can teach things all day long, but I feel like when I was a new agent, I didn't really learn until I was like actually doing the things. So it's a perfect bridge of maybe not actually doing it in real time, but being where you're going to be. So I think that huge for anybody who is new to doing land, new to doing real estate, wants to go outside and walk around with Eamon, any of it.
It's like my favorite thing that we do. No, it's everything else, but it's like my favorite thing.
So you know what was amazing? When I was at Austin, we were talking about what classes our market centers what they do. And I was listening and they were like, oh, we do a lot of virtual, we do a lot of like textbook style, we do the book clubs. And I was like, that's cool. And I was like, well, I'm going to raise my hand because no one else said anything like it. So I said, like, we have a land and learn class. We have property previews where a broker goes out and shows properties. And they were like, that's so amazing that you have hands-on classes like that. And I was like, wow.
Yeah, we're the best.
Little upstate New York, all you big city people, and we're just killing it. So I feel like we may take it for granted, but these classes are amazing. And not everyone has access to them. So lucky us.
I will have a leverage lab on the 25th as well, which will be in the calendar
It's in see-through right now.
Yeah.
Right, you can see it. And then, yeah, property views is on there, grow your profit share with Josh. Homestead is coming to, the team meeting, stakeholder meeting next month, so it'll be exciting. And then July, we're thinking that we want to do our team meeting in Neowa Park, if everyone's okay with it. Maybe get like a kickball game instead of slides or something. So the link tree up here, it's got calendars, regional events, documents, phone numbers, logos, yeah, all the things. I usually put it at the bottom of our Monday email, so if you need the link, let us know. If not, look at my Monday email and you should have it there. Joan, do you have anything for Broker Minute?
No.
Broker is happy, we are happy.
Yay.
Doing a good job.
Everyone's awesome. With that, we have salad. And we can eat what?
Strawberry biscuits.
Strawberry Festival.
Oh, yes. So the Strawberry Festival, so Worcester does a sweet little kind of like block party Strawberry Festival. They don't shut down the street, but pretty much all of Main Street has something going on, whether it's like yard sales, vendor booths.
When is it?
June 4th. I can't remember the date. And Cece had a great idea of having a KW table there and possibly doing some baskets to raffle off, and everything that we collect, we can put in our KW cares. So if you would like to come hang out at the table, there's that option. If you don't want to come hang out, but you would like to supply a basket, that would be helpful. The baskets, 20th?
June 20th, yeah, thank you.
Is that a Saturday?
Baskets can be any size, any type, whatever you want to put together, any price range.
Yep.
There's no,
Whatever you would be gracious enough to donate, we would be happy to raffle it off. And it's a fun day. Sometimes they have like dunk tanks and like it depends on what's happening and who's there, but it's usually a sweet little day. There's obviously strawberry shortcake.
First come, first served.
If you get there on
Yeah,
time.
exactly.
There's a cool little antique shop. It's a fun little small town day. So if you are interested, you can either get a hold of Stacy, drop the basket off at the market center. If you want Stacy to pick out a basket for you, I'm sure we can get that worked out, but
Please make a basket.
yes, please. I'm gonna make a pet one. Somebody else make a pet one.
Multiple pets.
You can have multiple pet
I'm
ones.
making a better one.
Yeah, I'm gonna make it all
I didn't have to see yours to know what mine is like.
Okay. Fair enough. I'll make it ridiculous. So with that, we have lunch. No more.
one more thing. So I'm gonna start focusing on making content for our socials and in hopes of you not running every time you see me because you think I'm gonna shove a camera in your face and
She's totally going to.
force you to say something. We were thinking today we could do a quick little thing, have in your mind what movie can you repeat every look to. And while we're in line for food, I'm gonna come along. If you do not want to be on camera, no worries, I'll move right along. But you can also give me a one-word answer or
We all have to be.
pour your heart out. But that I'm gonna be doing a little content, but don't get stressed if you don't want to be.
That's what movie we like.
What movie
what-
you
Can
can.
you recite every word to?
every
We don't have
word.
to, so you could make it up and be what we like.
Yeah, we're not gonna be like, okay,
Yeah,
recite it then.
I can act it out right now.
I can some of them, most of it.
I mean,
That counts. Yeah. Mine's Elf.
just keep in mind if you say the movie, we are gonna make you recite every word
Oh.
to it. So it's like, make sure it's real, but
Yeah, I get this. Yeah.
Jim, what do you got?
Just my favorite quotes.
In this DocuSign to the forms transition,
Mhm.
what happens to all of the documents that are not in the document?
That is a great question, Jim. So we have downloaded everything out of the DocuSign Keller, like all of our DocuSigns are under Keller Lookup. So we have downloaded everything that is in any of our documents. Trouble is, it doesn't sort out by agent, so we have all the documents. Katrina might be on.
Yeah, if you need,
It's searchable.
Yeah.
it should all be in your command, right?
It should all be in your.
So good news is no one's losing anything. We will have everything. We are trying to find a solution where everyone can individually go in and download it themselves if they want to do that. But we're trying to find a free option, because there currently are not.
I mean, if someone wants it, you can go in and download
Manually,
stuff
yeah.
one at a time, but that's a lot. So if there's something that's not in your command or something that, if it's super duper important, just go download it. But if there's a document in your DocuSign and you come to us in like 4 months, like, hey, this was in my DocuSign, I don't have it. We have it and we'll find it. So
And so like,
I take them to look for it. I'll see.
Oh, yeah, that's.
Yeah, so it's not like, hey, I need
There
a
are
document.
currently 176,000 files, so give me
Yeah.
some grace while I'm
So,
looking for
so
it.
when is the DocuSign this year?
July 14th.
Yeah. So you should start using Lone Wolf now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Start learning it now and
Yeah.
then as soon as possible reintegrate.
So sales that are currently in DocuSign that haven't closed yet? Like.
You should move all of the completed
Into-
documents into command.
Right.
And make sure that you have all your listing documents
Yeah,
in there.
to command.
Yep.
their command, it's bulletproof.
Yeah, it's not like when DocuSign goes away, they're going to pull anything out of command. Anything in command is staying there.
Right.
Just anything that's open-ended in DocuSign, like if you have something that you're waiting on people to sign or anything like that, wait on it to sign in Lone Wolf, take it out of DocuSign and move it in there manually. So legally, we're good. Like no one has to worry about getting audited and panicking or anything like that. If anybody ever asked us for something and it for some reason wasn't in command, we will be able to find it.
As long as it was in your DocuSign.
As long as it was actually there to begin with.
Is Zip Forms a separate program within Lone Wolf, or is that incorporated?
Well, zip forms,
forms.
that's like the MLS used to give us zip forms
Yeah.
years ago. So this is Lone Wolf and Authentisign are the two. So Authentisign is what you're gonna connect to.
Authentisign is what is like the actual signature part of it. Lone Wolf is the platform of where the documents live. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I mean, I've used Zip Forms for years and it has Authentisign in it. So I don't
It's a
know,
different platform.
So the signing part will be easy peasy for you.
Mm-hmm.
but I think so.
Yes, instead of the files living on one, they'll live in Lone Wolf.
Right.
Authentisign will be exactly the same.
And, I brought this up at one of the meetings, one of the training sessions that it seemed somewhat limiting the way, documents were available in the current system of Lone Wolf. When we tried,
So that was because I didn't know the answer, but they're all there.
Yeah, all the documents should be there, and if
The
they're,
exception of a few that Lone Wolf is in the process of uploading into the system, into the libraries that they have for you to find your form. Unfortunately, we just can't force that process any faster. So if there's a form missing, like right now, the multiple disclosures form doesn't exist in Lone Wolf because they haven't gotten it uploaded yet.
and so will you be able to go into, is it gonna be just one big giant library with everything, or will you have a library for Otsego, Delaware MLS?
There's
Individual library DocuSign in that way.
That wasn't available when I looked at it before.
Yeah, so they're in the process of uploading all of that. Obviously, they're inundated at the moment. But we also have the ability, once they are uploaded into those libraries by Lone Wolf, to connect them in command. So there will always be a blank template for you if you need it available in command.
Yeah, you want to start?
I mean, I also have.
All right, let's see.
You can sign.
And super thank you to Anthony because he made our chicken today and
you,
cut up all of our
Anthony.
stuff.
Check up.
Chicken.
What's funny is like my wife does that all the time. So it's like a TikTok thing or something. But she'll just keep saying chicken.
Available separate.
It's like a TikTok thing or something.
Yeah.
That's what she does. And I'm like, I don't know what you're doing, but she does. it
Yeah,
all the
Brooke
time.
does it all the time.
Yep.
And I think it's like, yeah, and something in the beginning.
With the
like,
number and then we're like, oh crap.
More than that.
But do you serve, what is it? It's like, do you serve,
But I'm
any
still
local
thinking
restaurant or
maybe-
something along those lines? And they.
Yeah, thank you.
Because he'll do it all the like the time of the thing. I'm like, I know you're doing something. I don't know.
Like, I know that's a vocal staff, I just don't know where.
Oh, and that's the thing. And that's so like my wife focus does that. I don't know. Or